A very good evening to all of you once again. I'm Taruna Agnani, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to FFE's virtual open house for year 2021-22. When we started the virtual meets last year, little did we know that this platform will become a new normal. The past 1 year has tested the entire human race in various degrees, from throwing unforeseen and unimaginable challenges in front of us to unpending our lives and causing irreparable damage. And yet, this universal tragedy could not shake the highest form of human spirit, that of optimism. While we have learned several lessons from this crisis, one of the most important one is that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. On that note, I would like to begin today's event by welcoming our esteemed donors, guests, students, facilitators, alumni, and mentors to FFE's 6th virtual open house event for the state of Gujarat. I would now like to invite FFE's Managing Trustee, Dr. Sudha Kidau, to address the gathering. Dr. Sudha has been volunteering for FFE for more than a decade, first in the US and from 2010 in India, beginning with the establishment of FFE's office in Bangalore. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sudha Kidau.
Thank you, Taruna, and good evening, everyone. It is my absolute privilege, pleasure, and honor to invite and welcome each one of you to this open house that is specifically for students who are attending colleges in Gujarat. I'm particularly thankful to our keynote speaker this evening, who's made time to be with us, Mr. Amar Kaul, Chairman and MD of Ingersoll Rand, who is a great partner for our program at FFE. I am indeed honored to welcome all of you students, our alumni, our facilitators, and our all-important volunteers who make all of our programs successful. As Taruna mentioned, it has been a difficult year for all of us. In the past year, we have been able to meet at least 5,000 of our stakeholders through virtual open house events like this. And while we would have liked to meet you all in person, in the past, almost every year, we have held events in Gujarat. This year, we welcome you all virtually, and I'm glad we are connected in this way. We are very happy to have with us over 650 participants at this point of time, which is very, very heartening. Thank you all for making time to participate and be involved in this program. I'd like to start by telling you that while it was a difficult year, we did lose a few members of the extended FFE family. This included 3 students who lost their life to COVID. We also lost 3 of our very important volunteers who make a difference to the foundation. And we have had several students tell us that they've lost a parent to this terrible pandemic. We mourn each loss, each life lost that has been of great value to us. But we are thankful that they were part of the FFE family, and we hope we can continue to keep them in our prayers and our thoughts as we move forward. I'd like to start the event by telling you a little bit about the Foundation for Excellence, where we are and where we are headed. And it's going to be a very exciting journey that you're going to soon see and witness. And I want to thank all of you, many of you students who are returning scholarship awardees. Now, the Foundation for Excellence, as you all know, is 27 years old. Next slide, please. We are celebrating 27 years of creating impact. And what is the mission of the foundation? The mission of the foundation is very simple, is to help students like you all who are really bright, have got very good ranks, have secured admission to the best colleges in India, but need little financial assistance in order to make it through college to pay your fees and other educational expenses. And the foundation's mission is to help you accomplish your dreams through the scholarship program. Next slide, please. So this is for students who are obviously, like you all, very bright, but require financial assistance. One very important aspect of our work is we'd like to stay connected with all of you students while you are students with the foundation and beyond as you become alumni. Please remember that you are the future of the foundation. You are the future leaders of the foundation, and the foundation is yours to nurture and grow. So it's very important that you stay connected with FFE, not just as students, but as you graduate and shine as you go forth in your journey. Next slide, please. A brief history of the foundation. It was started by a very successful entrepreneur, Indian entrepreneur, Dr. Prabhu Goel. He and his wife started the Foundation for Excellence in 1994. You will hear a little bit more about Dr. Prabhu Goel, and you'll hear a message from him very shortly. It started in the US in 1994, and today we have a president, Minu Gupta, who's based in the US, and she's the president of the board of FFE USA. So when the foundation started in 1994, it awarded scholarships to students in India. It raised funds in the US and supported students in India. And what happened over time is that students graduated, got jobs, and then wanted to give back to the foundation. And there was no way for them to do that. And that was when the Foundation for Excellence India Trust started in 2003. As you all know, it is now based in Bangalore, and we run the entire program, the entire national program from our office in Bangalore. And over time, FFE India Trust has established itself in India, and we've got several awards and certificates, which we'll talk about a little later. And one of our biggest milestones is we've awarded over 25,000, we've awarded scholarships to over 25,000 students over this period of 27 years. And we're very, very proud of this. Next slide, please. So FFE India Trust is governed by a board of trustees. As you can see, it's a registered charitable trust. We accept donations from India and worldwide because we have the necessary certifications in place. It is governed by the board of trustees, including Dr. Rishi Krishnan, who's the director of IIM Bangalore, Smita Uttarwar, who's a board member and entrepreneur, Mr. Venkatesh Shukla, who was the first president of FFE. And so you can see that they have been associated with FFE for a very long time. And now Mr. Arun Kumar, chairman and CEO of KPMG India. This board of trustees works very close with the board of FFE in the US. So what does FFE India Trust do? We run the national program, like I have mentioned. We administer the not just the scholarship program, but the training program and the mentoring program and all other programs from India. We manage this wonderful and large community of students. Last year, we had almost 7,500 students being supported through scholarships. We've managed the large alumni network and the volunteer network. And please remember, these networks are not just in India. The alumni and volunteer networks, they are worldwide. We raise funds in India. A significant portion of the funds for FFE comes from funds raised from corporates and others in India. You'll hear more about it soon. We conduct events like this, and we make sure to spread the word about FFE to as many areas in India so that we can get the best students applying for FFE scholarships. We are today supported by over 40 corporates, thousands of individuals. We have over, today I have to say, over 1,000 volunteers because many of them are now mentors. And we have a large number of charitable trusts and foundations supporting our programs. Next slide, please. Eligibility for scholarships is something you all know, a really good rank and financial need. And I'm really happy that several of you, many of you I know in Gujarat itself, are the first in your families to come to college. And that is a fantastic feat. Congratulations for achieving your dreams. Next slide, please. And how do we do our work? It is through this large, dedicated, very sincere volunteers. And we have over 500 of them in India who play a very important role. and that is to meet each of you students, to meet your families, to verify your need and help you submit your application to the Foundation for Excellence. We are deeply thankful and grateful to our volunteer base, without whom we could not have come this far. I'm very honored to welcome our volunteers from Gujarat. We have over 60 of them who have helped us over the years. So thank you all volunteers, thank you all facilitators for making our journey so much more enriching. Next slide, please. Where are we today? So here we are in 21-22. We hope we can hit the 10,000 mark in terms of scholarships. But we have been growing steadily over the years. As you can see, we started in 2010 with 1,146 scholarships. And last year, we were almost at 7,500 scholarships. And that is because we have, I think, donors who believe in the cause, and students, all of you who've performed so very well with the financial and other assistance that FFE is able to provide you. So congratulations. I want to mention that over the years, we have awarded over 71,000 scholarships to students all over India. And we are at almost 238 at this, but almost 240 crores in scholarships. And this has been made possible due to the large network of individuals, donors, corporates who have helped us in our journey. Next slide, please. I'd like to stop at this point and pass over the presentation to our COO, Ram Kolavenu. Ram joined FFE in November of 2020. And Ram comes to FFE with over 22 years of experience, both in the corporate world as well as in the nonprofit sector. And Ram has helped streamline our operations and have really added efficiency and productivity to our work. It's my privilege and honor to welcome Ram to this program, and he will take you to the presentation. So he's an engineer like many of you here with a management degree as well. And I'd like to pass on the presentation to Ram at this time.
Thank you, Sudha. Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to everyone for the open house session. Last few months has been really exciting journey with FFE, and seeing more of the students getting, deserving students getting scholarship has been very, very heartening. So I would like to congratulate all the 315 of you new scholars who joined in our FFE family last year. Really, you should pat yourself in the back, because to be able to crack these examinations and get to a prestigious college, you've done a lot of hard work. So really appreciate all of you and welcome to FFE. What we have seen, this is how the Gujarat looks like. It's always been one of those states where we had a lot of applications which come in for scholarship, and the relationship has been growing stronger and stronger every year. We have a very good, strong mix of students come from various different streams, while nationally we are skewed a lot towards engineering. Here we see there are a lot of MBBS students who come in, and we are starting to see a good mix of B Pharma and laws applicants coming in as well. So the one thing which I really urge to the facilitators, to the scholars, to alumni is to spread words. I would want to see the gender mix to be a little higher, get closer to the 30%. So I would really urge you to spread the word so that more female applicants also apply for the scholarships from Gujarat. Next slide, please. Yeah, so Gujarat happens to be one of our strong area and would remain like that forever. And we'd want to just see that we'll get more of, good representation of female students as well from here. Next slide, please. The couple of things which I wanted to really touch base on is this activity. What we are doing is beyond scholarship. I think what we have done about 5-6 years back is to start to see the kind of gaps which exist between the scholars who enter the college, and then through the journey, how they are shaping up to be able to land in a bright careers. So with the IIM Bangalore research wing, we have designed a curriculum and a program which is a wraparound with most of you guys have gone through to see how we can bridge those gaps, right, from English, analytical, quantitative, technical, and the soft skills which are there. So I'll touch base on a couple of things right now. One is just go to the next slide, please. The entire Beyond Scholarship initiative for engineering, B Pharma, and law students have where we start off at the end of second year with the baselining, and through the journey based on where you stand, we are able to provide you with the different training programs. The last 2 years, we have seen the results out of that, where we used to hover around 78 to 80% of placement percentage has moved up to 90 to 93%. The big heartening thing is also to see the kind of an average salaries which you used to land up a couple of years back to now has literally doubled. So I request all of you, if you're not signed up for your mentorship program, I think most of you have done, the third year students, please do so and make the most of it. So what we're also trying to do is create something similar for medical students, and I really urge, because of the large cohort of medical students which are here, start imbibing the new webinars and programs which have been put in there. I would like to see more and more participation of that, so that we can actually shape the similar kind of a program in the medical stream as well. So the mentoring program, which started off with 3 years back, in a small way. Last year we had 400 mentors and mentees actually go through this program. 400 mentors coming from different top organizations. I'm very glad to tell you that as of today, for this third year students who are in engineering, B Pharma, and law, we have 850 students who are already signed up as mentors, and the equal number of mentees have also been signed up. So we are looking at more than 1,000 mentor-mentees this year, which is actually going to make a huge difference. To have someone during your college times from industry handhold you for 6 months is something very exceptional, which you don't get anywhere. The other thing which is a differentiator for us, go to the next slide, please. The other thing which is actually a differentiator, like we say, democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people. This FFE is of the students, of the scholars and alumni, by scholars and alumni, for scholars and alumni. While you take a pledge of supporting 2 students in your lifetime, what we have seen is a very, very encouraging way of how the entire scholars and alumni is imbibing the entire thing together. So if you look at it till now, go to the next slide, please. The alumni has actually directly and indirectly contributed to more than 11 crores in form of contributions. And last year, with the pandemic year, their direct contribution has been more than 1.3 crores, and then actually double to that was an indirect contribution as well. I really would like to thank you all, and all the scholars here. The alumni is showing us way on how do you make this FFE a momentum which is very, very sustainable in future as well. So the alumni is spread all across the world. They are facilitators, they are donors, they also actually are mentors as well. So thank you for some of you who are participating in this event today, and really, yeah, you keep us going, and it become a momentum with your contributions. We continue to do the best things, and then the rewards and recognitions will follow. We have seen few more editions which rewards coming in the last year, and we'll continue to do that. And then the testimony is that all you scholars. We have continued to have a strong relationship with the existing partners. We have added some good new names in last year as well, and then so did we add some more foundations in the last year. So with that, I just take you to the team who actually is behind this entire thing. You must have interacted with some or many of them, and I would like to thank you for the evening, and looking forward to interacting with you more. Over to you, Taruna.
Thank you, Sudha. Thank you, Ram. We are delighted to have with us today Mr. Amar Kaul, Chairman and Managing Director, Ingersoll Rand India Limited, as a keynote speaker for the evening. Mr. Amar Kaul is also Vice President for the Territory of India, Middle East and Africa for Ingersoll Rand's Industrial Technologies and Services, and is responsible for providing strategic leadership for all aspects of compressed air business that includes growth through innovation and focus on growth excellence, emerging markets while building organization capability. Mr. Amar joined Ingersoll Rand in 2011 and has led organizational changes while taking his role expansion in his stride. Also member of CI National Committee on Manufacturing, Capital Goods and MNCs, Mr. Amar has over 28 years of rich and varied experience across manufacturing industries. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Amar Kaul. Over to you, Mr. Amar.
Thank you so much, Taruna. Can you hear me well?
Yes,
okay.
Very well, thank you.
Very, very excited to be here, and I think it's more the excitement, it's also the emotional thing, getting connected with FFE and talking to the young future of India. So very, very excited, and I was looking forward to this interaction. So to start with a bit of context for who we are as Ingersoll Rand, we are a large, diversified multinational, about $6.5 billion company. And one of our core values is to think and act like an owner. Now, what does it mean? It means that if you think like an owner for your business, you help sustain the planet and also support the communities where we operate in. And since we have our manufacturing facility in Ahmedabad, in Gujarat, so that's why the connect is very, very natural. And with that focus, joining hands with Foundation for Excellence in their mission to transform the lives of academically bright students. We have about 30 students enrolled through Ingersoll Rand partnership under CSR commitment. And the program has been designed to support students in managing their learning, developing their skills, explore the potential, and be the person they want to be and live your dreams. Now, staying motivated as a student, most of us have gone through this journey. I did my engineering way back in 1992, mechanical engineering. So you have ups and downs in life in the engineering college, and I'm sure we have people from medical, engineering, law, pharmaceutical, etc., etc. Now, sometimes one of the biggest obstruction that can come in your way, and that's something that I want to talk a bit and share some of my experiences. With so many, I heard that there are 650 plus students from different fields here. So some, three learnings that I will be talking about. First one is get your fundamentals clear. When we are in the engineering college or your medical or pharmaceutical, one is rote learning. I don't think that goes for a long time. I think structurally there has been a lot of change in the way academics have worked in India. So some 30 years back when I did my engineering, it used to be like, if your subject, the class teacher has taught you, you remember that, do the calculation and you're all set, right? And I used to be, by the way, I'm not shy of saying that, I used to be a very average student. The intention was to, make sure that you don't flunk, of course, but, it was just to make sure that you get decent marks and qualify that. And one of the reasons that happened also is because I was not able to connect back to how does it help in the practical world, right? Today, when I see engineering colleges, there's a huge difference in what it used to be, right? And I also qualified from one of the NITs, which used to be RECs in those days. But connecting with the practical world, if I'm studying a subject, how does it relate to, how is it going to help me in future when I start my journey? So I think that connect is very, very important. And second example linking to that was when I did my master's from UK, University of Warwick. And I remember the first course, there were five courses. So one of the courses I had was on project planning and management, right? And so the first test I did there, so I got 47 marks out of 100. And that was a shock, it was never so low. I said, what the hell happened? And then I set up a time with my British professor. I said, what happened? I answered, everything was perfect. And what he talked about, he set up the time and almost for an hour we chatted. And he said, Amar, what we want to see is what is in your head. We don't want to see what is in the book, copy paste of that. Yeah. So that's not what is important. Important is we talk about a concept, we talk about a subject. We want to see how do you use your head and interpret and see it from a different lens, right? I think that's what makes the difference. And with almost 28 years in the industry, and I think, I don't forget those days and live by those. What did that professor mean at that point of time? And then that actually changed the whole thing, getting 47 marks out of 100. And when I passed out my master's from University of Warwick in UK, I was the second topper in the university with a silver medal. So that's the cultural shift when you see, it's not only rote learning, it is the application. Why are you doing something, whether you're in medical, whether you're in engineering area or law or pharmaceutical. So make sure that, you connect the dots, right? Other point related to the same is set your milestones in the moment you complete your education, get into the industry, set your milestones at certain age. What do you want to do? Take those steps very, very clearly, and everybody is different, right? So I'm not giving you guideline or any gyan that, you should be so and so by 25, 30, 35, 40. You decide what you want to do so that you have a roadmap, a long-term plan, right? Second point, I want to talk about challenge status quo. Okay, come out of your comfort zone. If you are, the moment you see in any, whether you are in your studies, you go into the industry, the moment you see you're very comfortable, at the back of your mind, you can do these things, challenge yourself. And I have lived that kind of role, I think till my last job, 10 years back, I joined Ingersoll Rand. I would have practically done all the function, from engineering to operations to manufacturing. And that's what I used to be a hardcore shop floor person. And then I said, if I want to be a CEO, what is missing? So what was missing was the commercial acumen. So customers was not a problem. I used to deal with the customers, but then I was never sitting across the table. I used to buy things, but then I had not sold things, right? So I took the plunge at the age of 40 that I need to take the plunge into that. So big risk, right? From my comfort zone, growth, etc., jump into that. And I think something must have happened, right? And that's why I'm here and the role is expanding. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So keep challenging yourself. Don't get into the comfort zone. The third point, last but not least, is keep investing in yourself. Okay. So if you don't invest into yourself at any point of time, because learning has to be till you die. It cannot be when I become 40, I know everything. When I become 60, when I retire, then I don't need to learn. Keep learning yourself. And a simple example of that is, I remember the first time I saw a computer was in my third year of engineering, right? And that used to be a lab, sealed lab. There used to be permission to go inside. There used to be those huge, bulky desktops. And then we had to remove our shoes, wear some cover on top of it, take permission only for 1 hour. And then we would play and see what is this, fancy thing coming there. So from there, where you are in the digital world today, and if you don't keep investing and keep learning, you're obsolete. So these are the 3 things that I thought probably from the life lessons that I would like to share with you, all of you, that should potentially help you. And while we are enrolled for the education here, which will be imparted, by someone externally to help you gain knowledge, skills, value, and attitude required for that, it's a continuous thing till you continue learning. Now, how to make you industry ready? One is, contribution from us as a corporate. That's one part of it. But second, that I want to take a step forward, and I'm sure the team will talk to FFE as well, is I really want all our employees across India to get engaged for the skill set they have. For example, tomorrow when you appear for your interviews to get into the corporate world, how can we help you prepare for those, right? We can have our HR teams or senior leaders talk to you, have that session, any mentoring session that you want. And I'm sure the teams that we have created, and they'll be very happy to do that kind of activity with you, because you remember, everybody makes money, that's definitely required, but what makes you happy and what you remember when you look back in your career is how many lives have you impacted? How many lives difference have you made to somebody? That is something that really makes you happy. Okay, so that's all from my side. I don't want to make it very long. Sorry if I take a lot of time, but then I hope this was useful for you guys. And thank you, everybody. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Amar, for this motivating and inspiring message and for your time to be with us this evening. Ingersoll Rand has been supporting FFE since 2019 through scholarship program, and we are extremely grateful for this. We definitely hope that this partnership grows with time and strengthen in future. Thank you once again for your time, Mr. Amar. Students, I request the participants to please use the Q&A box to post any questions that you may have. We'll have a question and answer session at the end of this event. Today, not only do we have our stakeholders from across India, but we also have a special message from FFE's founder, Dr. Prabhu Goel, who's currently in the US. An IIT Kanpur alumnus and the recipient of President's Gold Medal for Academic Excellence, Dr. Goel received a PhD in electrical engineering from Carnegie Mellon University. Dr. Prabhu and his wife, Mrs. Poonam Goel, established the Foundation for Excellence in 1994. Dr. Goel started his career with management and technical position at IBM, and over time, he has served on the board of directors of many private and public companies. Let us now listen to Dr. Prabhu Goel's message.
Hello, everyone. A especially warm welcome to our honored guests, our donors, our mentors, our facilitators. And a warm welcome to our FFE scholars and the FFE India team that has put this event together. I want to start by acknowledging the difficult last 12 months that all of you over there have gone through, the 2 waves of COVID, and what it has done to the country and to all of us. In a small way, FFE has tried to help the FFE scholars and their families by raising emergency funds in both the first and the second wave. Though the losses that people have experienced are unimaginable, and I hope that India avoids a third wave and is better prepared going forward. Coming back to the open house, I think I want to bring out the fact that the FFE India team has done a remarkable job in putting together training programs, mentoring, skilling, etc., that has made a major difference in the employability of our scholars. In the year 2019 to 2020, over 90% of our scholars found jobs or went on for higher education. I think that's remarkable. Don't you think so? And this year, from 2020 to 2021, the employment rate is significantly better than what one would expect in this time frame. And I think we expect to do as well as the prior year. So thank you to the FFE India team. And I want to use this opportunity to remind the FFE scholars that they must take full advantage of all the programs that have been put together for them. The training, the skilling programs, the mentoring programs, all the training that comes along with it as far as interviewing and various other courses that we offer, entrepreneurship, etc., to be able to maximize what they get out of the organization and employ it in their professional careers. I would also welcome our donors, facilitators, as well as mentors to please join these programs and make these programs even more successful. I think that would be very, very welcome. I want to also point out that the FFE scholars and alumni have done an incredible job in the last 12 months, or the previous 12 months, 1920, in raising funds from their corporates. And it's almost they have doubled the amount of money that they raised in a single year from the year prior. I think that's a fantastic way to give back, and I encourage that, and I applaud the FFE scholars for that. Going forward, I think it's very important for the FFE scholars to stay connected with FFE and to the alumni, to each other, because this is a network of over 10,000 people that has a lot of power in this network. When you work with each other, you can actually be thinking about taking advantage of this network for getting great advice, for finding new jobs, references to job openings that might be out there, references to career counseling, new opportunities that you might be looking for, because this is how the network works. People in the network are very valuable because there's no other way you can get this kind of information and advice. So I would strongly encourage you to stay connected with the alumni network and leverage it and give into it as well. Again, I would like to end by saying I hope you all have a wonderful open house today, and I thank all our guests for being here to make this event successful, and I hope our FFE scholars go back and say it was very worthwhile. Thank you.
A wonderful and inspiring message from FFE's founder, Dr. Prabhu Goyal. Participants are gentle reminder to please continue posting your questions in the Q&A box. Also an appeal to all scholars and alumni to stay connected with FFE. We have a wide range of social media presence on Facebook and LinkedIn. The links will be posted on the chat box. So please go ahead and start following us. Thank you so much. FFE has been extremely fortunate to be backed by a team of highly motivated and dedicated facilitators who have been helping FFE through their tireless efforts and voluntary services. Today, we have with us two video messages from our facilitators, Mr. Anil Pansuria and Purushottam Bhai B. Patel from Gujarat. Can we have the videos, please?
Namaskar everyone. This is Anil Pansuria from Rajkot, Gujarat. I have been associated with FFE as a facilitator, and it is almost 10 years or so. Mr. Ramji Bhai Patel, a coordinator of FFE, nominated me as a facilitator, and since then I have been facilitating students in applying for this engineering and medicine related scholarship. Initially, people were not aware about it. Some people came, and through mouth-to-mouth publicity, many of the students got to know about the FFE and its scholarship and its programs. Initially, it was offline, and I used to sign the documents, I used to verify them. One thing I learned that there were so many students who were deserving, and they were looking for some financial assistance. My experience has been very pleasant enough that I could at least become a link between the donor and the deserving benefit students. FFE and their team at Bangalore has also cooperated well, and they have done tremendously nice work, especially in the last 2 years when there was a situation which was very hard for students and parents affected by corona and pandemic, and they were working hard to meet the needs of the students. And especially I would like to mention my experience about the last year. They have sent me maximum students and I cleared maximum student, and I am very happy about FFE and their activities. Thank you.
I am Purushottam Patel from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I joined FFA almost in the year of 96-97 as a facilitator. At that time, I never knew that an NGO which gives educational aid in the form of scholarship can make a lot of impact on the society. I remember very correctly that in one of the get-together function in IIM Ahmedabad, our respectable founder, Sri Prabhu Goyalji, rightly said that if you want to change the society, only these talented boys and girls can change and reform the new society. I take proud and thank FFE that I got the chance to work as one of the facilitators in Gujarat, to be a bridge between needy students and FFE. I am also happy that I could become instrumental in the life of more than 50 students. Some of them settle in different countries and some of them are well established here. We have also made a group of those students and we interact about their transformed life and the study. At the end, I would like to tell that NGO like FFE is really a pathfinder model for those who want to contribute to the society for the betterment and transformation of life of economical constrained students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil Pansuria and Purushottam Bhai B. Patel, for your wonderful messages. We are in fact grateful to each one of our facilitators who are the backbone of our organization, and we are glad to have some of them here with us today. Let us now take a look at all the facilitators from Gujarat. recognizing some of our facilitators from these states. I would request you all to please join me in congratulating them and cheering for them by sending messages on the chat box as their names are being called out. I would now request Dr. Sudha to take over, please.
Thank you, Taruna. I truly believe that volunteering is at the very core of being a human. And the truth is that no one has made it through life without someone's help. And this was a quotation that I've thought was very relevant to all of us here today, especially our large group of volunteer facilitators. We have 50 of them from Gujarat, and I'm very pleased that 18 of them are our own alumni. I, on behalf of the board of FFE and the entire FFE fraternity, would like to thank all our volunteers. Many of you from Gujarat have been with us for at least 2 decades, and that is indeed commendable. We could not do our work as well as we do without your help. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your dedication, your commitment, and for being with us through this journey as we transitioned from physical verification to an online virtual mode that was forced during the pandemic. Thank you for adapting to the change and continuing to help us. Today, we'd like to take a few minutes to appreciate all the work that you do by awarding certificates. These are certificates of appreciation and special mention to 5 of our volunteer facilitators from Gujarat. And they are Hemant Amin Chandrakant, Mr. Gordonbhai Rabadia, Mr. Vadodara Purushottam, Goswami Tribhuvangari, and Mr. Abhishek Pitadia, who's an alumnus of FFE. Thank you all for your dedicated services, for your voluntary work, and we hope you will continue to support us as FFE grows and expands in the state of Gujarat. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Sudha. Once again, a big thank you to each one of you for making a difference in the world of our scholars through your selfless service, dedication, and commitment. Today, we also have several dignitaries from various colleges. Thank you very much for joining us this evening and being part of this event. Coming up next, we have engineering scholars Arjun Parmar, Dhruti Ramna, medical scholar Mayur Karia, and law scholar Govinda Asava, sharing their experience as an FFE scholar. Can we have their videos, please?
Hello everyone, I am Mayur Karia, second year medical student from BJ Medical College, Ahmedabad. I do live in a small village named Dhari of district Amreli, state Gujarat. We are a family of 4 members. My father is a shopkeeper, my elder brother helps him at the shop, and my mother is a housewife. I am fond of reading novels, particularly science fiction. I want to become a cardiologist. I was introduced to FFE by Dakshna Foundation, where I prepared for NEET UG. The scholarship that has been provided by FFE has reduced financial burden on my family, resulting in better opportunities for me. Along with financial support, FFE has arranged medical webinars which helped us to gain knowledge from experienced doctors. I would like to thank FFE and my donor, our foundation, for helping me to build my dreams. I would also like to thank my facilitator, Sharmila ma'am, for introducing me to this opportunity. At last, I pledge to support FFE in any possible way. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Govinda Asava, a second year student of BA LLB Honours from Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar. I hail from a village in the Ahmednagar district of Maharashtra. I belong to an agrarian family. There are 4 members in my family. I have one sibling who has completed his hotel management degree and works at Fasus, Pune. Talking about myself, from my school days onwards, I have been very curious to know how society functions and how it is governed through various laws. From that, I got to know that I'm inclined towards social legal issues, which ultimately helped me in choosing law as a career. I gave CLAT in 2020 and secured an All India rank of 1007 and got into JNLU. I am currently a member of JNLU Center for Law and Society. I have also interned at CRI organization and HRLN, Human Rights and Law. In my first semester exams, I secured 75.67%. I was introduced to FFE by one of my family member who is also an FFE scholar. I am very thankful to FFE for their constant support, not only financially but also emotionally. Also, I would like to extend my gratitude to my donor Give India for sponsoring my scholarship and my facilitators, Mr. Roshan Kolhe sir, for his constant guidance. I would like to assure you that I will support students in need whenever I will be capable to do so. Once again, thank you FFE and thank you everyone.
Hello, my dear friends, mentors, donors, and Team FFE. I am Arjun Parmar, currently pursuing my BTech in Electronics and Communication at SNIT Surat. I was born and brought up in Surat, Gujarat. We are family of 5 members, two younger sisters and parents. My father works in a construction work as a labor, and my mother supports him as a housewife and a worker. Despite their low wages, they encourage us to study, and it paid off. My younger sister pursuing a chartered accountant course. My hobby is reading books and ambition to develop my own SaaS-based company or a product. I was introduced to FFE by my first friend at SNIT, and I got scholarship from FFE, which played a vital role to support me financially. I am a localite, so in daily up-down expenses or in a stationary expenses, FFE was there to support me. By FFE skill development program, my technical skill in machine learning is also upgraded through Coursera. And today, I have many projects in my portfolio. I would like to thank FFE, my donor Charities Aid Foundation India, and my facilitator Jagdish Patel sir for assisting me financially through FFE scholarship and enhancing me mentally and technically. I also believe in giving back to the society, so I will continue my support towards FFE in future scholars as much as I can. Thank you for listening to me.
Hello, I am Dhruti Ramna from FFE Scholar. I came from Talaja, a small town in the state of Gujarat. I have completed my 12th from my native place with 90 percentage and secured the rank of 870 in engineering admission overall in Gujarat state. My parents are farmers and our financial condition is not so good. Luckily, I got admission in chemical engineering in one of the top government college in the city of Ahmedabad. But my survival in a metro city like Ahmedabad was not easy for my parents. Especially being a girl child, it was not feasible for my parents anyhow. Between this situation, I heard about FFE from my friends and I applied for it. I got the scholarship for 2 years and currently I am in third year of my graduation. The scholarship amount has really helped me financially, but with that, FFE's student learning program has also helped me for my personal and academic growth. Through online course and assessments like MCAT, I have scored 8 SPI in first year and second year also. Especially the extra amount and extra online study material provided us a compensation in the pandemic time was such a good gift from FFE team and donors. In the third year of my graduation, FFE has started his personal mentorship program. This will help me to be prepared for the interview, jobs, or other higher studies. I am sure that I will score the good rank in the current and next year as well as will get good placement opportunities, and this everything is possible the support provided by the team FFE Trust. I am really grateful to my donors Ingersoll and the entire team FFE. Thank you FFE.
Thank you, dear scholars. We are very proud of you all and wish you the very best for your future. The event will not be complete without recognizing our alumni whose time and support in all the forms is deeply valued. We are thankful to all FFE alumni who are joining us today. We take this opportunity to celebrate and recognize our alumni champions of 2021 who have committed to support the organization in different ways, be it through individual donation or helping us establish partnership with other donors, helping us raise funds worldwide, or being our star mentors and facilitators. Please cheer for all our alumni champions who are up on your screen now. A big thank you to all our alumni champions for your noteworthy and commendable efforts. Moving on the last agenda, we have wonderful video messages from our alumni, Ms. Neha Tank, Mr. Darshan Parmar, and Dr. Manish Barwalia. Let us now listen to what they have to say. Alumni videos, please.
Hi, I'm Sneha Tak, a senior software developer at Arvisoft India Limited. I was an FFE scholar during my graduation at Dharamsir Desai University from 2013 to 17. I grew up in middle class family in small town in Gujarat. My father was a farmer by profession and mother is housewife. During that time, my family was not doing well financially, so it was very difficult to manage my study expenses. One day my friend told me about a foundation for excellence and I applied for the scholarship. As it met the criteria, my application was approved. The scholarship helped me a lot in order to keep up with my college fees. I had also attended the summer training program arranged by FFA at IIT Gandhinagar. It was such an excellent initiative that helped me academically as well as also developing the relations with other scholars across the whole country. I would like to say that FFP has supported and encouraged these thousands of meritorious and deserving students to pursue their dream. Now, as alumni, it's our responsibility to come forward and contribute towards the foundation. Our contribution would enable the foundations to help other needy students. I'll express my sincere gratitude towards the FFE for being with us all the time. Thank you, FFE. It's been great to be part of your family. Thank you once again.
Namaste. I'm Darshan Parmar and I'm currently serving as Deputy Executive Engineer at Water Resources Department of Gujarat Government and I'm posted at Dwarka. I completed my BTech from Marwadi University, Rajkot in 2017 and I became a part of Foundation for Excellence as a scholar in 2014 and since then it has played a crucial role in the journey that I have traveled so far. And Foundation for Excellence has been shaping the future of thousands of students across India. And when you contribute back to such an organization, it gives you immense joy of satisfaction. On this occasion, I would like to say that all of you would become doctors, engineers, lawyers, entrepreneurs, and whatnot. But your life truly becomes meaningful when you give back to the society. So I would like to urge all of you to be the helping hand of Foundation for Excellence and in whatever manner you can. And in that way, you would be the part of the system that has been created by FFE, which would uplift thousands of students and those students will create our society a better place to live in the future. So that's all I wanted to say. I would like to thank Foundation for Excellence again, and I wish all of you the best future. Thank you.
Respected Prabhu Goyalji, founder of FFE, president, managing trustee, staff, facilitators, alumni, scholars, greeting from Dr. Manish Barwalia. I did my MBBS MD Pharmacology from Government Medical College, Bhavnagar, Gujarat, and I was a FFE scholar of batch 2001. I would like to express my gratitude to FFE for helping me in bad time. I came to know about FFE through my neighbor, Mr. Prahlad Bhai Patel, who took me to meet Mr. Manish Bhai Bagasia, who was my FFE facilitator, and he is also currently working as FFE facilitator. He helped me in applying for the scholarship, and I got a regular scholarship from FFE during my MBBS course. Actually, my family condition was very poor. My parents are not well educated. My father was earning just around 1500 to 2000 per month at that time. So, the scholarship which I got from FFE reduced my family's financial burden when I was doing my MBBS. After completion of my MBBS, actually I lost touch with FFE, but I was and I am in constant touch of my facilitator since then. I completed my MD Pharmacology in 2012 and joined as an assistant professor in the same institute where I completed my education. And one day I came to know about FFE's open house event and about the FFE website. So I became very happy, and I got a chance to reconnect with the FFE. Since then, I am in constant touch with the FFE. I am FFE alumni. I am also working as FFE facilitator since 2019, and I am also regularly contributing to the FFE fund. And I have also got some opportunity to conduct some sessions or events for FFA medical scholars. Currently, I'm working at ICMR NITM Belgavi as medical scientist. It's my message to FFA scholar that we should always be in touch with FFE, and we should also helpful to other who are facing the problems, so that we can participate in some of the FFE's activities. We can contribute to FFE funds once we are financially stable. So many other ways, like you can become facilitator. So lastly, I'm heartily thankful to FFE for changing my life and for changing the life of many brilliant and underprivileged students like me.
Thank you, dear alumni. We truly appreciate the fact that you have stayed connected to FFE. Participants, a gentle reminder to please continue posting your questions in the Q&A box. It is indeed heartening to see that more than 650 participants have joined us today, and this makes us feel both proud and humbled. And with this, we come to the end of today's event. On behalf of the board, management, and team at FFE, I would like to thank each one of you for being with us today. This event was made possible only because of your support. Thank you, Mr. Amar Kaul, for sharing your inspirational message with our scholars. Our sincere thanks to Mr. Kiran Suravanshi and Ms. Irina from TransUnion Civil, Mr. Akhil Aryan and Ms. Vanishri Shivaram from NETAP, Mr. Guru Murthy Vishwanath from SocGen, Ms. Lata Gopalakrishna, and team of Ingersoll Rand India Limited for joining us today. We truly appreciate the time spent with us this evening. I would also like to thank our respected dignitaries representing various colleges and feeder partners for your time and support towards FFE. Thank you, Mr. Anil Pansuria and Purushottam Bhai B. Patel, FFE alumni Ms. Neha Tank, Mr. Darshan Parmar, and Dr. Manish Barwalia, FFE scholars Mayur Karya, Govinda Asawa, Arjun Parmar, and Dhruti Ramna for sending us your wonderful messages. Thank you, respected facilitators and mentors, for your valuable time. A special thanks to all the students and alumni present here. And last but not the least, thanks to FFE's management for their continuous support, and to FFE team for organizing this wonderful event. Thank you all once again.